what's the price of the unit compared to the daily wage of the worker, say, in Chile or China or something?
In China, we don't know yet, but then that's why we're targeting the U.S. and Canadian market first, and then trying to expand into other industry, because it's a high wage in the U.S. In Canada, I think it average out into $20 per hour, and that plus, I mean, insurance. That's why we also work with insurance company to.
I think I'm kind of implying that they don't really care about everybody dies over there, but maybe we might care more.
So far, I'm guessing because like in the China disaster, they have like 172% in there died, and
yeah, and luckily my first degree was mining engineering, and I've covered those. If I was going to do market research on this, I'm going to maybe speaking out of turn here, but I would go across the road to UBC, because the mining engineering department there is world famous for mine rescue and mine safety. There's two profs in there that are leaders, and the next one to it is back in Queens. So you probably need to do a lot more research on this. It's tough. But the other thing you got going is there's only one big mining company in BC to worry about, Tecominco. So you probably want to find out who's important in that company too. So coming back to your thoughts, always put partners. This one looks like a partnership play.
You explained the problem well, and I understood how your solution applied to the problem. I didn't like your business model. It didn't seem to me like, it seemed like you're planning to go out of business shortly after penetrating the market. But maybe I misunderstood that. It would be better if you could say, our first generation product is going to bite off this much, and then we're going to go back and resell to the same people. You've got a high cost of sales going on, and then more customers otherwise. So I didn't have an understanding of what else was in the hopper. And you basically measured vital signs. Is there any other thing that you can do with this technology? That on the space station is a very limited market, but who else? What other industries might benefit from these kind of things?
so yeah, like I said, eventually we're planning to be able to the private sector, right? So it's basically we're marketing this more as a lifestyle monitoring, but also that you'll be able to locate people. So
Sounds like there's something to work on. I'm not sure what it is.
I think I will answer that. The U.S. military, it's a big procurement. If they send the people into war, there's gas exposure. That's a market. That's a huge market. And you talked about the lowest hanging fruit. That you talked about oil and gas, you talked about private sector, the forestry industry. Pick them and get partners, and then pitch your product to see where the pain can give you a cure. I like the product, I will invest in it, but you need to do more market research.
You'd think there'd be some competitors. It seems like something the military would already have, no?
they are working on
I wouldn't
it.
be surprised if they've already got it.
And
I didn't see anything about competitors.
yeah, there are no direct competitors. There are some that offers lifestyle monitoring, but more in the commercial sense, and some that offers like personnel locating program through RFID and Wi-Fi.
Well, I'll make two quick comments. But one short, one long. 10 years is too long a time for a VC to get an exit. 7 is actually 6.5 is actually typical now. Although everybody likes to say 5, but recent research says 6.5. 10 is better than about that. Everybody in this room needs to pledge to themselves and to us that when they stand up here, they will tell us how big the market is. And they won't use words like gigantic or pretty nice or whatever, but there will be some kind of number attached. $12 billion market, something. Even if you don't know, make it up. I don't care. I want to see it up. There is no way for me to sit here and make any kind of intelligent, even an unintelligent judgment about whether or not this is pursuing without having either I already know the field like Reg does, And I got that number in the back of my mind. Or I have, you know, I gotta know, you know, how big the sandbox is. Otherwise, I'm just, the whole thing, I can't make sense of it.